Tonight, from across Australia and around the world, it's time to look back and unpack the week from the cheap seats. And now, here are your hosts, Melanie Bracewell and Tim McDonald.
So great to be back and so great to have you all with us as we bring you the best bits from the biggest news stories.
And it has been a massive week of news.
Tonight, final farewell. The funeral for Pope Francis begins.
And back home?
Valerie, the runaway sausage dog, captured on Kangaroo Island.
Important. Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes, Valerie, the sausage dog, survived 529 days lost.
How did she do it?
Island locals say a diet consistent of roadkill and dam water has likely kept her alive.
I'm also on the roadkill and dam water diet.
I was going to say, you're looking fantastic.
Thank you, yes.
Unbelievable. We'll never really know what Valerie the sausage dog got up to.
For now, there might be some secrets Valerie is keeping forever.
What's Valerie been up to?
Goodness.
Of course, let's get back to the other big news this week. The sad passing of Pope Francis, aged 88.
After a long battle with illness, as 10 News Adelaide reported.
Though, have a look at this. I'm not sure magic was the most appropriate backdrop.
The 88-year-old remains in a critical condition, with the Vatican confirming he has now developed mild kidney failure.
OK. The confetti cannon to head under kidney failure.
I know. Probably not the right look. But the passing of the Pope is major news, and TV networks around the world had full coverage.
We have special coverage of the Pope's passing at 9:20 tonight, just after the premiere of Farmer Wants a Wife.
Right after Farmer Wants a Wife.
I think what we'd realised, though, is that the audience thought the joke was that there was little bunnies in the background.
Oh, they are too, yes.
Something that we didn't notice when we put it in the show.
Interestingly, that bunny's been lost for 529 days.
Incredible.
Here is how Italian television covered the Pope's passing.
Suo pontificato, il mondo si è infiammato.
World leaders were quick to pay tribute to the pontiff.
President Donald Trump honoured the late pontiff.
He was a good man.
Good to see Zelensky finally in a suit. It's good to see.
I think Hughesy thought that was Taylor Swift,
Did he
actually.
really? Oh, there you go. Now, I was watching Sky News here, Mel, and during their Pope coverage, they genuinely cut to this commercial.
Is your daily drive a pain in your... You twist, bend and shift, but the car seat makes your back achy and stiff. Now drive in heavenly comfort with the all-new Angel Ride.
Drive in the heavenly comfort.
Is this the week for Angel Ride? I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
It is an amazing cushion.
So supportive you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Amazing.
The amount of times I've been sitting in traffic on top of an egg thinking, oh, no, it's going to break.
That's it.
Oh, God.
It's a good cushion.
Oh,
it's a good cushion.
I think I'm suddenly vegan.
Yes.
That was
I'll put that back. Meanwhile, tributes came in for the Pope from around the world.
Pope Francis had a single focus in life.
A single focus.
What was that focus?
He would sometimes ride in a Ford Focus.
Yes.
And a Ford Focus.
A single focus in life. Yes.
And you know what he was sitting on?
The all-new
there he
Angel
is.
Ride.
Heavenly comfort.
There he goes.
Now, 10 News first spoke to two locals who had seen Pope Francis.
Yes, she's seen the Pope in real life, in Rome.
And what was that experience like?
È come ti sentiva quando hai visto il Papa, come una grande emozione, very emotional.
Very emotional. Very emotional. Very emotional.
Yeah.
Of course, tributes to the Pope coming this week, and many of us were reminded of other papal deaths.
I was there when Pope John Paul II, beg your pardon.
Of course, Pope John Paul Young.
Who of course, gave us the commandment, love is in the air. Yes. Let's head to Rome. And the passing of a Pope is always full of incredible ancient traditions and customs, starting with the sealing of his papal apartment with the wax and the ribbon. It's a beautiful tradition. Sadly, one of the cardinals accidentally left his keys in the apartment and they'll be locked in there forever now, so bad luck.
Nowhere was the Pope's passing felt more than in Rome.
A live report from Rome as the second day of official mourning the Pope wraps up.
Plus, missing sausage dog. Mary.
Yes.
The cardinals sealed Valerie's kennel too. It was a lovely ritual.
Well, then came the Pope's funeral, attended by royalty, presidents and heads of state.
So naturally, security was beefed up.
For the first time here at the Vatican, we are seeing more of these handheld anti-drone weaponry.
Wow.
And T-shirt cannons.
Yeah. I love the added touch of camouflage and high-vis.
Yes. Are they hiding? Are they not?
Yeah.
Speaking of dignitaries at the funeral, the US president was there alongside his wife.
We saw President Donald Trump there alongside his wife, the First Lady, Melania Trump too.
Melania Trump too. Washington Drift.
Yeah. Well, it was an amazing funeral service and a beautiful moment as the Pope travelled from St. Peter's Basilica into the square.
Complete with wonderful commentary.
The mournful cry of the seagulls that are heard now in the increasing silence.
OK, I think they're saying hot chips, please.
Yes.
Well, after the funeral, the Pope was taken to his final resting place.
Of course, attention now turns to the process of electing a new Pope, the conclave, which I think is going to happen on May 7.
It's a process steeped in tradition.
The 135 cardinals swear an oath of silence. The first rule of conclave is you do not talk about conclave.
Might be Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yes. And as Jesus said, I'll be back. Look, this is an important moment for the church.
It is.
One misstep now could change the church forever.
With great power comes great responsibility.
And I think that's Spider-Man, but...
Yes. My Popey senses are tingling.
Don't do that.
Sorry. Beautiful. So it is time to choose a new Pope. Who are the front runners?
It's Tweedledum or Tweedledee.
Sorry.
I think he's part of the conclave.
Oh, is he really?
That's not right. Who are the contenders?
They hope Peter Turkson might be the first black pope since the early days of Christianity. Many Filipino Catholics will be praying the Archbishop of Manila, Luis Tagle, becomes a rare Asian pope.
He's not a Pokemon. What do we collect them all? A rare Asian pope?
From Manila, love his folders. Well, can we hear more from him?
When pessimism takes over, we see only darkness, failures, problems, things to complain about.
That feels like a Trumpet of Patriots ad.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Isn't it interesting? Darkness, failure and problems. Was he reading one of your comedy festival reviews?
No.
Who else is in contention?
Cardinal Joseph Tobin could become the first American Pope.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow. What are his qualifications?
The Archbishop of Newark, New Jersey is a weightlifting reformed alcoholic.
Perfect.
Amazing. I think he's going to turn wine into water.
Yes.
That's quite beautiful.
First time the Popemobile needs an interlock device.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Well, there's an old saying when it comes to picking the next Pope.
You always follow a fat Pope with a thin one.
Oh, and fat Pope at night, Cardinal's delight.
Yes. So, hence, Cardinal Ozempic is right in the firing line.
Wow.
He could be the one. So when the conclave commences and the cardinals begin voting, all eyes will, of course, be on that famous Vatican chimney.
Black smoke means there is no decision. White smoke symbolises the election of a new pope.
And thankfully, we didn't have to wait long.
I'm live at the Vatican with new details on the Pope's final moments.
There it is there! White smoke! We're going to take a break. Mel Tresina, Ann Edmonds and Chloe Pett join us for the cheap seats.